большой спорт, так сказать, да, и мне нравилось там играть, и я чувствовал себя комфортно, и поэтому люди говорят и пишут, что мы тебя ждем, и будет как и стадион, все надеются, как и все будет нормально.
It may sound strange to have a homecoming in a country you're not actually from, but that's exactly what the 2012 Subway Super Series is for Nail Yakupov. Getting ready for Game 4 of the series, the 19-year-old prepares for his highly anticipated return to Sarnia, Ontario, only this time it's as a member of Team Russia.
I'm glad to come back. Everyone says it's going to be a fun hockey game. The people are waiting for it. I appreciate the opportunity to play once again in a town I spent my last 2 years in. We had a great team, great arena, and terrific fans. I loved it. Everything was just great. I think everything is going to be okay.
So what happened? After being selected first overall by Edmonton at the 2012 NHL Entry Draft, like most top picks, Yakupov was expected to crack the show right away and play for the Oilers this season. Unfortunately for everyone involved, the lockout happened. Rather than stay with his junior club, the Sarnia Sting of the Ontario Hockey League, Nail decided to leave home for Russia to play with Nizhnekamsk of the KHL, a decision that was met with some controversy.
I don't think there's going to be any sort of conflict. I forgot all about this tour and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going there only with positive emotions. I'm eager to see once again the people I lived with and played for the past 2 years. It's going to be fun to talk to them again.
The decision for Yakupov, so far anyway, has been a success. Not only is he playing professional hockey, but he is excelling at his craft. With just 13 games under his belt, Yakupov has racked up 10 goals, 4 assists, and 14 points, earning him KHL honors as the league's top rookie for October. After a hot start to his KHL career, Nail got a chance to return to Canada to represent Team Russia as their captain in the annual Subway Super Series. Nail's former Team Russia teammate, Caps prospect and Tractor Chelabin superstar Evgeny Kuznetsov, was asked what motivated him to play junior hockey, like at the World Junior Hockey Championship, after already making the jump to pro full-time. Kuznetsov said, "Playing against your peers really shows how good of a hockey player you are," a sentiment Yakupov can relate to.
I agree with him. Sometimes you score goals in bunches when you play against younger guys. Sometimes you score in bunches when you play with the older guys because they think faster and create more opportunities for you to get points. So you get points because of your teammates. On the other hand, when you play against your peers, you play against some guys who are better than you and some guys who aren't. I think it's more difficult to play against your peers, no matter what team are they on. You have to bring your A game to the table. Every game is difficult. It doesn't matter if you play against Canadians or Americans or someone else. So yeah, I agree with Evgeny.
Team Russia opened the series in Blainville-Boisbriand, Quebec with a 6-2 victory over Team QMJHL. Yakupov scored a goal and added an assist to that. Things were looking pretty good for coach Mikhail Varnikov's squad, but 2 nights after that in Val d'Or, Jonathan Huberdeau and company won 5-2. After the Game 2 loss, Team Russia had less than 24 hours to fly from Val d'Or to Kitchener, then bus it to Guelph, Ontario. Oh, and they also had a hockey game to play against the team they've lost all 18 games to in the history of the tournament, Team OHL. You see, Russia has never beaten Team Ontario in all the years they've been playing at this tournament. Team OHL was a perfect 18-0 until Team Russia, captained by Yakupov, pulled off the 2-1 victory in Guelph, Ontario, breaking the curse.
First of all, beating Canada always feels good. Second of all, we made history. That's a bonus. But then again, we're not getting ahead of ourselves or anything. So we won, big deal. We forgot all about that game. Rested for a few days and got ready for another game. We keep moving forward.
Despite the historic Game 3 victory, Yakupov knows Russia still faces a very difficult and very different foe in Sarnia for Game 4.
I know Team OHL is going to have a different set of players this time. I talked to one guy who played for Canada and he told me there would be like just 6 returnees from Game 3 in Sarnia. I know the guys who are going to play against us. It's going to be a different game. It's going to be interesting. Playing in Sarnia gives me double motivation. I didn't play there for 2 years for nothing. I want my last game there to be a good one. I want to win it with Team Russia, but I also want to play well myself, so that the local fans will remember me.
One fan that will be in attendance will be Yakupov's former Sarnia Sting teammate, the 3rd overall pick in the 2012 NHL Entry Draft for the Montreal Canadiens, Alex Galchenyuk. Despite using Russian as his first language, and despite having Russian citizenship, Galchenyuk represents the United States in international hockey, so he will be watching from the stands.
I didn't know him personally before he came to Sarnia. I met him when he just got here. I figured right away he's a cool guy, and we became friends just like that. We talked a lot, and I think it influenced the way we played together. We knew exactly when and where who's gonna be. We had a good chemistry, as they say in English. I think our off-ice relationship showed on ice as well. I don't know if he's gonna cheer for me. He probably is. But first, I'm gonna cheer for him. We're gonna go to watch him play against the Sudbury Wolves. We're going to be at the game. And then he's probably gonna be at our game. At first, I was helping him around a little bit. I tried to be the good guy, you know? But then he took advantage of it. He usually just mumbles things in English. And then one time we go to a restaurant and I see him acting and talking like a true American. He goes through the menu knowingly. He can order a cheeseburger or Sprite just like that, no problem. But then, in the dressing room, he asked me, "Alex, how do you say this? Alex, how do you say that? Can you help me?" That's when I understood I had to put an end to it. I told him, "Hey, you should just speak for yourself, man." Last season I didn't really play, so I wasn't in the dressing room around too much, and he obviously had to learn English. I think that's the main reason he speaks English now.
Being a promising young star, especially a Russian one, tends to get people drawing comparisons. Some accurate, some pretty far off. The name that keeps getting thrown around for Yakupov is Washington Capitals and current Dynamo Moscow star Alexander Ovechkin. Like Ovechkin, Yakupov is a first overall pick affected by the NHL lockout after being drafted. What excites so many fans and scouts, however, is the statistical comparisons. Currently, Yakupov is on pace to score more points than Ovechkin did in his post-draft season in Russia. Of course, back then, Ovechkin played in the Russian Super League, and now Yakupov plays in the now 5-year-old Continental Hockey League. Galchenyuk is skeptical of the comparison.
I understand why people compare them. They're both explosive players, they both have a wicked one-time shot, they're both dominant on the power play. But I think Jumbo is better at passing and he sees the ice a little better. I think they are two different players.
It's just hours before game time and Team Russia has already arrived at the arena and begun their warm-up. The question remains the same. How will Sarnia fans receive Yakupov?
I was asked this question before. I've read some comments regarding this on Facebook. Some people were like, "He's done a lot for our team, we're gonna cheer for him." And others were, "No, he didn't come back this season, let's boo him." I think it's stupid. He played here for 2 years, he put on a great show. I knew he wouldn't come here. I think in the back of his mind he's always wanted to play for his hometown team, Nizhnekamsk of the KHL. The guy's from here, come on. And now they would boo him here? I think that would be disrespectful.
Despite some negative grumblings when his name was announced just prior to the game, Nail enjoyed a very warm reception from the crowd, something he wasn't nervous or worried about.
No, I wasn't afraid of that. I mean, I was nervous a little bit because I played here for 2 years and now I came back. I got goosebumps during the national anthems, and also when they announced my name and everybody cheered. I loved it. First shift was a little difficult, but it got easier after that. I always liked playing here. Even today I felt like I was playing at home. I felt very comfortable here. It was great.
Personal matters aside, it is now game time.
Our coach means business when he tells us that we have to get out of there and play hard, not just skate around. We have proven that we can play well and win games. We've proven that Team OHL can be beaten. We're looking for a win in every game, and it doesn't matter who do we play against. Team Japan, Team Germany, or Team Canada.
The Russians shot themselves in the foot early in the game, getting 3 minor penalties just 6 minutes and 7 seconds into the game. Russian goalie Andrey Osadchenko looked solid and made a few huge saves, but couldn't stop this clapper from New York Islanders pick Ryan Strome. While play seemed to even up in the second period, the score remained the same. Things got really interesting in the third period. Yakupov wasn't given a whole lot of room throughout the game, and here's a good example of that. Washington Capitals prospect Tom Wilson delivers a huge open ice hit that made all the highlight reels. The hit was so powerful, it broke Yakupov's helmet.
My helmet got broken when I was hit in neutral zone. The screws got loose, so the thing was falling apart.
Things go from bad to worse in the final frame as Canucks prospect Frankie Corrado tucks in a rebound to make it 2-0 Team OHL. The time was melting away and Russia was still scoreless. With just over a minute left in regulation, Coach Varnikov calls a timeout. feverishly explaining to his troops ways to save the game. Russia's top line gets the nod. Vasilevsky leaves the net for the extra attacker, and Nail Yakupov is on the ice. Yakupov starts the play from the blue line with a cross-ice feed and sneaks in behind everyone to the far post. He gets the puck back
Yakupov goal!
And makes no mistake. Team Russia pulls within one with just 36.1 seconds left on the clock. There's still hope. This was the third Subway Super Series game held in Sarnia, and Russia was shut out in the previous two, losing 4-0 and 5-0. Yakupov's goal put an end to that streak.
Seriously? Honestly, I didn't know about that. It's good to know. Thanks for telling me that.
Little did Team Russia care about that with just over 30 seconds left on the clock. Steve Spott, Team OHL head coach and coach of Team Canada for the upcoming 2013 World Juniors in Ufa, calls a timeout and Mikhail Varnikov tries to work his magic again. Yakupov is back on the ice and he has the puck for one final rush. Pass in front, deflection, Alex Koklchev shoots from a bad angle, mayhem in the crease, and the horn goes off. Team OHL stood their ground to win the game 2-1, evening the series. The crowd still cheers for Yakupov. He stays on the ice after everyone's already gone off and gives the Sarnia fans something to remember him by, his helmet.
My helmet got broken. I couldn't use it anymore. Why not give it to the fans who cheered for me for 2 years then? I have another helmet anyway.
After everything Yakupov has been through in Sarnia, he has to face the reality. In all likelihood, this was his last game in the town that gave him so much. A bittersweet moment.
It is sad, you're right. The stands are empty, everyone's left. Maybe there are a few people who still wait for me outside, and then, that's it. Then I'm off to a hotel and I'm never gonna play in Sarnia again. I will never play at this rink again. Well, what can you do? This is how the life in hockey goes. I can't play here forever, right? I gotta keep moving forward.
Russia flew to Vancouver, British Columbia for Game 5 of the series against Team WHL. Once again, Yakupov wasn't getting any breathing room and was left off the board. But so was everyone else on both teams. No scoring in regulation, no overtimes in this tournament, so it went straight to the shootout. Yakupov failed on his attempt, and so did everyone else on Team Russia, and Team WHL won 3-0. There was still a chance for Russia to win the series. The next day, they needed to win Game 6 in regulation. And that's exactly what they got. The Russians dominated throughout the game and got a well-deserved 5-2 victory, winning the series for the second time in the history of the tournament. Yakupov was tied for first on his team with 2 goals and 4 points. Maxim Shalunov and Mikhail Nomenkov also got 4 points. Nail Yakupov's days in junior hockey are numbered. Well, if he makes Russia's roster for the World Juniors in Ufa, he can play a maximum of 7 games for that junior team. It must be a bit scary though, being on the verge of pro hockey, isn't it?
Well, what is my other option? Play junior hockey as long as I can and then retire? I'm getting older, I can't help it. I have to move forward and finally win something. Because I still haven't won anything. And I want to.
Yakupov was on Russia's under-18 team in 2011. In the game against Canada, he scored a hat-trick and had 4 points. Russia won bronze. A year later, Yakupov was on Russia's World Junior team. In the game against Canada, he didn't score any goals, but was still a key player on the ice as he had 4 assists. Russia won silver that year. Was this all just a build-up for a gold medal in Ufa in 2013?
I hope so.
Of course I want to win the gold medal. This is why we play for our country. This is why only the best players make the roster. We're gonna have another camp right before the World Juniors, finalize our roster, and away we go. We're gonna battle for gold. That has always been Russia's only goal. We never aim for making it to the playoffs or something else. No, we always aim for gold. Of course, we don't win every time for various reasons. However, we were aiming for gold last year and we will do it again this year.